Back to Blackbeard's Detailed YouTube channel. Today I have this Aston Martin Vantage V8 in. Absolutely beautiful. It's 1970s it's made in. It's in for a bit of TLC. We'll go into exactly what it's getting a wee bit further. It's had its safe wash. Again, typical Scottish weather. In the midst of filming outside, the heavens opened, so the camera had to get put inside, so footage of the wash in the kind of decon phase, pretty crappy. But again, that's just what we need to deal with the weather. It's going to be getting a single stage correction done on it, but I'm going to go around, I'm going to show you some of the paintwork and we're going to see exactly what can be done with it. So there we go, as you can see, paintwork conditions pretty swirly. It's lacking in kind of clarity, gloss. The paint itself is absolutely beautiful. Paint depth readings are rather sporadic, they're all over the place, so it's absolutely definitely had a respray done on it at some stage. I was informed by the garage who are taking care of this car for the owner that it used to be green, so it's almost definitely had a respray then. So yeah, it's a beautiful looking thing, very rare and extremely expensive, one of the most expensive cars I've had in. But yeah, as you can see, the paintwork's fairly swirled up. There wasn't a great deal of protection on it as well when I was going through the wash phase of it. I've not decided yet what protection I'm going to put on. The customer is essentially the garage who's looking after the car for the actual keeper. Has given me a budget they've got in mind, so I'll need to try and work within that budget. They're not wanting the car to be perfect, they're still wanting some of the battle scars, so to speak, on it. There's a couple of wee scratches, stuff like that. They don't want it looking as if it's just rolled off a production line. It needs to be period correct, but what they do want is mega gloss. So I'm going to take away all the swirl marks, gloss enhance, and we'll see where we are with that. And I'll decide what my protection is going to be. It's almost certainly not going to be a ceramic, because I would then need to explain it to the registered keeper of the car, what the best way of looking after it, etc. So I'll probably go with some type of carnauba heavy wax and take it from there. So I've worked out pad and polish combo. I'm hitting it with the rotary polisher and try to refine out as much of the deeper stuff, give as much gloss and clarity into the paintwork as I can, given it's just getting a single stage, and it's working out pretty well. Region around about between kind of 60-70% correction levels. The deeper stuff is still there, which will always be there unless it gets a 2-stage or above. But yeah, it's came up, the clarity is absolutely spectacular. I'll do a wee 50-50 on this bonnet section, let you see it. So there we go, you can see some of the deeper stuff is still visible, but all the swirls, wash marring are all gone, and beautiful glossy tones compared to the other side which hasn't been touched. So yeah, I'm going to continue on with that. So, a quick coffee break and update. It's actually correcting really well. Paintwork, beautiful deep blue, loads of metallic flake through it. So far from the roof, the entire front end and the entire passenger side, what we've still to get done is the boot face, the boot lid and rear wing and passenger side door. Should hopefully get it all done today, and then I'll just dress the tyres with something that gives a nice satin finish. I don't want to make it dead glossy black because I don't think it's period correct for it. So something that's just a nice clean satin look to it, and then that's it, pretty much good to go. As I say, this is it's actually a company that's looking after this car for the owner. I've done a lot of work to it and they've asked me to basically get it looking its best before it goes back to the customer so they picks it up. It's a nice surprise for them. So yeah, it's a lovely thing. It's one of the oldest, also one of the most expensive cars I've ever worked on, and it's great to not obviously I'm trusted by dozens of owners who drop off their pride and joy, their cars with me, but it's also really nice when you get another company that is very well respected in their field. They specialise in Aston Martins. They trust me enough to drop off one of their customers' cars and know it's in good hands. So I'm thoroughly enjoying this detail today. Get the music on, listen to a couple of podcasts earlier on. Been addicted to listening to podcasts recently. I think I touched on in one of my other vlogs. I used to sit and listen to music pretty much every single day, and because I'm up here for so long, there's only so much kind of music that you can listen to, certain genres that you like to listen to. So I put them on and you end up finding you're in a bit of Groundhog Day, you're listening to the same songs kind of over and over again. So I've switched it up and moved to some podcasts. One in particularly, there's two. There's Star Talk Radio, which is Neil deGrasse Tyson, the kind of astrophysicist, scientist, and there is the Joe Rogan Experience. Some of the stuff they talk about that is just absolutely insane. It's just mind blowing, some of the stuff. So it's quite good. You can just zone out with the polisher, and before you know it, the podcasts are generally kind of 2.5, 3 hours long, and you've listened to like 3 of them through the course of the day. And it just, because it feels as if you're in a room and there's people talking as well, for some weird reason, it's just kind of, it's a different kind of time flies type thing when you're listening to a conversation. There's so many times you want to step in and add wee bits to it, but of course you can't, because that would just make you crazy sitting talking to yourself. Even more crazy sitting talking to a camera, which again, get a bit better at. Hopefully you agree, a bit better than dealing with in front of the camera. I'm going to be doing a lot more vlogs. I'm going to be doing a lot of different stuff. Again, I know I've touched on this in one of my previous vlogs. I'm going to have some cars in, some car reviews, but reviews from the actual owner's perspective. So it's not just somebody that's got a car and has got a car for a week or so and is then doing a review on it. I'm going to be speaking to the actual owners of them. I'm going to be trying to do a nice laid back approach, quite casual, because again, it's taken me ages to get used to talking in front of a camera, and not everybody's going to be able to just pick that up like that. So a nice relaxed approach. There's a couple of kind of suggestions and tips that what might be quite good is if we just get the car up here, sit down, and obviously once the restrictions are lifted for the whole COVID-19 thing, we can get the car in, a couple of folk in, a couple of friends, and then basically just sit with a crate of beers and talk crap about cars in front of a camera, and then at a later time I can edit it all and find out what's funny, what's good, what works on camera, what doesn't work on camera. I was saying that would be quite an interesting approach, almost like a kind of roast my car type thing. What if kind of friend in with an 35 AMG, another friend with a GTR, and then of course my new car. So we can get them in, and we can basically just slag each other's cars and that kind of stuff. So there's a couple of wee things in the pipeline. Mayhem Run as well, that's due at the end of next month. Aberdeen and the North Coast 500, so that's going to be good. We're filming some footage for that. There's also going to be a separate vlog getting filmed by SR2 Media, who actually deal with all the kind of media stuff for the Mayhem Run, so they're going to be shooting a separate vlog for it. And that I cannot wait. Unfortunately, the hotel which we were meant to be staying in, I was going up as part of my sponsorship with them. I was going up and I was going to be taking care of the cars the first night, get up there. They would be spotless for then leaving to go out and do their road trip the next day. But COVID guidelines, the hotel said I'm not comfortable with that anymore. So I'm not so much I'm not needed, but yeah, I'm kind of not needed anymore for it. But I'm going on it anyway. I'm a sponsor. Chris, the chap who's organised it, yeah, he's actually saying it's probably better off for me because I'm not going to be stressed. I'm not going to be up to high door trying to get all these cars prepped and ready for the next day, as much as the folk there'll be helping out. So that's going to be a nice wee break, and I'll get some stuff kind of filmed of that as well. But I'm going to crack on. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to get some more footage done of filming this side of the Aston. Boot face and the boot face, the boot lid, and after that, yeah, it'll be tea time and dinner. Aston finished and ready for collection. It's looking absolutely beautiful, really nice finish came up on it. It's been an absolute pleasure to work on. As I mentioned before, one of the more kind of rarer cars I've ever had. So yeah, it was great fun to get stuck in about it. So yeah, again, thank you very much for tuning in and watching the vlog. If there's any suggestions you've got, any comments, please leave them below and I'll get back to you. And yeah, take care and see you soon.